The one word I would use to describe Chris Irish is genuine.
She is a servant leader. Everything Chris does is selfless.
Chris is so deserving of this Drinkwater Award for numerous reasons. She's probably the most authentic person I've ever met, and everything she does in our community comes from a place of her values and who she is as a person, whether she's promoting for developing community leaders or the public arts or supporting women to become leaders in our community or sustainability for our city. She does everything from her heart.
My name is Jenna Cole. I'm the Executive Director for DC Ranch Community Council, and I first met Chris Irish when she interviewed me for her position at DC Ranch. And immediately from the start, Chris instilled in me that the opportunity to serve community is a privilege.
I think one of the things she's really proud of is Keep Scottsdale Beautiful. And out of that, off of Super Bowl 48, they did a Super Bowl shoe drive. And in that shoe drive, they collected enough shoes from corporations and organizations to turn it into sports court material to resurface the whole basketball court for Family Promise.
Chris has worked to protect the artwork that we enjoy along the 101.
And you can see all around town where she's had immeasurable impact, whether it's the One-Eyed Jack Project or the Choya Canal Water Project with their beautification. You can just see that where she's touched the city.
When Chris asks you to do something, there's only one answer, and that's yes, because eventually she will get you there. She just has this deep, intrinsic drive to want to make everything she touches around her better. Not only has she established these foundational organizations in the women's collectives, Keep Scottsdale Beautiful, but she's also empowered the people who can then take those organizations, those structures, those programs, those services, and carry them into the future.
I'll get emotional about this, but one thing I really appreciate about Chris is she came up with the vision and support to implement and get adopted as a proclamation by former Mayor Lane, our city's principles of civil dialogue, which is really built on respect and trust in how we collaborate and talk to each other. And I always love Chris for doing that because that's who she is as a person.
Chris is really devoted to family. You can always find her at a sporting event for one of her grandkids with her husband, Bob. I think there's probably not anything that can rattle Chris Irish except for being in the spotlight. And she is definitely deserving of being in the spotlight as this year's recipient of the Drinkwater Award.